Welcome back. How are you all doing, everyone? What's going on? I don't know, but better late than never. Half hour later. That is probably the worst start to the show we've ever had, and yet we continue because tonight we are building again the ultimate shed. Plus, there's still time to there's still time, guys, for me to play you my brand new Christmas single for charity. Let's do the intro again. Let's really just pretend it never happened. Facilia or Pacilia, if you just read it off there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm on.
Oh, I can't hear you, Anon. I've done something wrong with the thing. Anyway, Elephant Poo is what I got.
Good evening, Lee. How are you?
Great, mate. Your signal is always terrible, but I'm good, my friend. Excuse me. You got an allotment? When I go, don't put artificial grass on top of me, all right?
Are you going to get composted, Lee?
Yeah, welcome to the show. Thanks so much for sticking around for half hour. I know we might have lost a few of you along that half hour thing. There's something with internet, right? Imagine a world without it, but I've had a whole day pretty much without it. I just hope that tonight would be the night that it succeeded, that it worked, that we actually had some luck, a pinch and a punch for the first day of the month. I gave my daughter this morning, and it's given me no luck at all. Welcome to the show. Like I say, tonight we are designing the ultimate shed, and I know that Mr. Suggett has been. I mean, it's a little bit. He's talked about it a little bit. That actually about 10 weeks ago when we were allowed. Can't remember how many weeks ago it was now. I actually started building his shed. Still going. Still, it's not funny, really, is it? I'm not laughing, Suggs. I'm not laughing at the shed situation. But hey, we'll get there. I'll see you when you get there. Tonight, we're going to talk about creating the ultimate garden shed. And I need your help to tell me. Now, where's my pen and paper? You'd have thought during that half-hour break, I would have found my bit. My bits that I need for tonight's show. The ultimate garden shed. Now, here's the reason we're doing this, and it's because this is the book of my dad. Spotted the other day. The reason we're doing this is because I recently, at the start of this year, which sometimes feels like a long time ago, and sometimes feels like yesterday. At the start of this year, I mean, there's nothing happened in between, to be honest with you. So probably, actually quite a lot have happened at the start of the year. But since then, not a lot. I built my own shed. Now, I'm always going to say this. I think sheds are amazing. I think you can buy some amazing ones. My auntie recently bought one. I think it was about 800 quid. I'm not saying it's rubbish, but I'm saying that mine cost £1,000, a bit more than £1,000, maybe. And it was a little bit more solid. I personally think you get. I mean, we're in it. This is it. I personally think you get a little bit more. Is it called bang for your buck? Is that what they say? Is that what they say? I'm not sure. I think when you design your own shed, you actually, you get more for your money. You design it in your own way. You design windows and bits the way you want them to go. You're not governed by where the door is, for instance. Let's have a little look online before we really get into this to see what sort of sheds are about, because I think it's good to get a comparison before we really get into this tonight. And let's have a little look. Right, so I'll screen share to you guys that are watching the show. If you're listening, then we'll describe what you see. Right, let's go shopping tonight. Let's go shopping for sheds. Here we go. So let's see what we've got about. Okay, so we've got a big boy, 10 by 8, about 530 quid. Oh, this guy's a bit expensive. £800. Although, no. Is that... No, it's not what my auntie got. I can't remember what one my auntie got. £800, this one. For another 10 by 8. That's a bike shed. This one... Here we go. It makes it a bit clear for everyone that's watching. 470 quid there. Ain't a bad one. A little bit for storage. A little window. I mean, we want a bit where we can sow our seeds on. Hey, put in the comments, team, what you'd like to have in the shed. I've just been suggested. I'll have a look at that in a minute, Alex. But yeah, tell me what you really want in the comments tonight. Or call in 0742 357 4520. Let me know what you would like from the ultimate of sheds. We are designing the ultimate shed tonight on the show. An 8x6 for 350 or 380. That's not a bad size one then. 8x6 by about 300 quid. Going into the metal world now. I don't really like metal sheds. I'm all about the wood. It's quite a long one. 10 by 6. 450. Prices are a bit all over the place. This bad boy is like a garage. A 14 by 6. But you're coming up to 900 quid. It really does vary. And then coming down, I don't know what we've got here. This is almost £300 for just a normal, what I call the standard general shed. Something you're going to get in every garden, basically. Let's come across a little bit more and let's have a little look. Yeah, it depends. We need one with windows in. I really want to make one. Remember that shed we saw on the show not long ago? It was a shed. It wasn't a very big shed. I'll be honest with you. It wasn't a massive shed. But it had a greenhouse in the front. I really loved that. Shall I try and find that quickly? Really, it was a shed greenhouse, I think it was called. See if I can find it. Yeah, well, that's a sort of it. Crikey. That's sort of what it looks like. That's a slightly bigger version. It's basically got a full-sized greenhouse on the front of it. And then attached to it is a small shed, small storage shed. Oh, actually, that one's a bit like it. A little bit smaller, actually. But we're looking for that. We're looking at about £949, which gives our budget, shall we say, about 700-ish, about £800 budget tonight for our ultimate shed. I want to try and be fair with it. Let's see what everyone's saying on the group about what they want in the group chat. Those cheaps are cheap now. Sorry, I don't know where I was going with that. Those sheds are cheap now, said Sugget. Sky TV Beddoes is coming with Sky TVs, a coffee machine, heater, leather recliner chair. Now from that, I'm gonna have to take that down a little bit. We're not gonna put a TV in it. We'll put a coffee machine of types in it. I wonder if we can get like a solar panel thing. We've got a coffee machine, power, obviously, for the coffee machine, a heater of some sort, a chair. He's put a leather recliner. I think we're going to struggle at our £800 budget tonight. We'll see what we can do. But there we go. That's what Richard was saying. The sheds that we're looking at online at the moment look like that. You know, like the thin fence panel type, right? You know what I'm talking about. You know the type of sheds I'm talking about. The type that the type you see on them YouTube videos of people running into them and pushing them down. I mean, that is the sort of shed we're looking at. So we're going to say about £800 budget. We can go over a little bit on the show. Alex wants Wi-Fi in his shed. I'm pretty sure we can get that pretty simply put into it. We want to make it solid. A solid shed. Hold up. Jane's coming. Hold on. I thought pretty sheds... Hold on. I thought pretty sheds were just for ladies who garden. Like that newspaper article. Not anymore. We are destroying that that misconception. Because men want pretty sheds. They're pretty sheds. We call them man caves. We call them man caves. Welcome to our man cave, which basically means our pretty shed, but it's our man cave. It's a shed, isn't it? No. So it's our man cave. So don't you worry about that. Over on YouTube, I'm not. You have to tell me. Nui99, how you doing? Solar lights, important part of a shed for sure. I wish I had a solar light. I need to get one, actually. So whatever solar light we find tonight, I'm going to buy. I need to get one on the back of this shed. Because every time I go out at about 10 o'clock at the end of the show, I get out there. I have to lock the padlock and hope that the hedgehogs, which I know are underneath this shed, I know they're there. I have to hope the hedgehogs are not running around, or the foxes. The foxes always go on the roof, usually. So a good solar light would be handy for out the front there. Nice thinking. Fairy lights. I mean, an important part of any Instagrammer, YouTuber, gardener, shed. Sure. So fairy lights are going on the list. A kettle and a heater. Yeah, for sure. Kettle, important part of any shed. I like that thinking. Well done. What's Jane saying? I had so much trouble getting a lady shed sign that wasn't all about gin and prosecco. Well, I don't understand what you mean. Like, that is all ladies do in their sheds, right? It's just it. Just thought that was. Oh, they garden as well. Oh, sorry. That's a massive misconception. Of course, I'm joking. Who is he? Good evening, Liam. How are you doing tonight? Here's a guy that might know about sheds. It's Mr. Sean James Cameron.
Can you hear me, Mother?
I can hear you, Father.
Yeah, I was supposed to be in university tonight, but we've had a bit of a day where all the electric in the house got taken down.
What?
And we don't know why. So upstairs, there's no electric, so I'm downstairs.
Of course, you all like around candles.
Yeah, candle in the wind. And then that put me in a bit of a foul mood to go to my university course. So I've given it a miss, so I thought I'd come here. So what's in this shed so far then?
Right. So, I mean, I do take the mick out of you quite a bit as being the famous shed killer, but I mean, as anyone that's seen all sheds, you're the guy, really, haven't you?
Last year, I didn't do anything with sheds.
That is true, actually.
But 2020 has been a strange year.
It's very true. There's still time. There's still time. We've still got a month. In the sheds at the moment, we've got about 800 quid budget, Sean.
Oof,
Is that a good budget for a shed build?
that's a big budget.
Oh, we're feeling flush tonight. But we have got to get everything inside it as well. So Ian wants a coffee machine. I'm not sure how easy it is to sort a coffee machine out in a shed.
Well, I'm afraid to say this in a public forum
Sure.
because I think it's a very good idea.
Oh.
But what I'm going to do with my shed, so imagine that's my shed.
He's putting his hand up in front of his face. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so that's my shed.
Yeah.
6x4. When I go to my allotment, I want to say a 6x8 shed.
Okay.
So I'll go to the side of my shed there,
Yeah.
and I'll pull on a handle,
Right.
and my shed will extend. And then I can go in it, do my day's business, and then when I'm finished, I push it back in to comply with the allotment rules.
Now, this is the thing, right? On the allotment, what are the rules on your site for shed size?
6x4, I think.
So that ain't actually a bad idea, is it, to be able to extend it a little bit?
Well, I've watched a lot of narrowboat videos, and I think we could learn a lot in the shed world about narrowboats, especially with the size of their kitchens. I also then watch a lot of van drivers. You know, these people that take on vans and they do them up.
Well, like Eamon and Beck.
But there's a couple I watch in America, and they've got a van where it's, and I don't know how I'm going to do this with my hands. They've got a normal van.
Yeah.
And then they press a button, and out from the side, these two extra bits come. It's called an RV. And that's where I got the idea for the shed, where you pull the shed out
Yes, mate.
and you push it back in. So I'm in the middle of working out how to do it.
Yeah.
But I need to work out how to pull the shed out, and then it must have to stand on bricks or something that are already in the ground, so that it takes the weight.
Can't it?
But then I'm thinking, when you slide the shed back in, then it's a good security thing, because nobody can get inside. Because if they broke in and opened the door, there's
Boom.
a wall there.
Very good security idea, actually.
And as long as you don't broadcast on a podcast, then you're safe.
No, that's true. But can you put on a allotment a concrete base down?
No.
You're not allowed. That is the biggest problem.
It's seen as a permanent structure. So all the rage at the moment, and I've got it on my sheds, is a plastic square, which is like a honeycomb makeup. You put that on the ground, and you put your shingle on top.
Yep.
And that is as strong as a concrete base, but is classed as a temporary structure.
Yeah, that's a shame, because what I was going to say to you was, if you were allowed to use like metal runners, then you'd need to probably put it into a concrete base. But if you're not allowed concrete base on an allotment, that is a bit of a problem.
Yeah, that's the bit I need to try and work out. Because you don't want to. Because I'm thinking this extendable bit could hold the kitchen.
Well, yeah, that's it. Almost like a little mini living room, you could say.
Yeah, and also I'm trying to come up with ideas of, I've got my little day bed.
Yeah.
Well, surely that could be. You've got the wall there. It's all about the hands tonight. You've got the wall there, and you've got a bit of wood there.
Yeah.
And then when you've finished, you can lever it up and attach it to the wall. But the cushion that you're going to sit on is in there. So it's in the... There you go.
Yeah. Beautiful. That's easy enough done, isn't it?
So you would put your bed up, and then you'd slide the shed in.
Sure. I mean,
And if Walton Sheds are tuning in, well, I've got the rights.
he's got them. Yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah, this is copyrighted.
No,
Sean James. It depends how far. Also, Sean, you want to come out. If you're only coming out a kitchen width.
No, I'm thinking about coming out about 4 foot.
Flipping it, mate. It's quite far. Probably have to put. Here I've got something for you. Do you want to take this idea?
Go on then.
You put the inside. Let's call it an inside shed.
Yeah.
On big wheels.
Yeah.
Right. And then it obviously it pushes outwards. So basically, it's a shed within a shed. Basically.
Yeah.
When you open it, you push it. It just wheels out, or you can pull
it's
it.
A bit like and I haven't got one. It's a bit like I do have one. So come back to me in about 60 seconds.
Wowza. There we go. Okay, we'll be back with Sean any minute now, everyone. I love this. I mean, Sean, he did mention this about his shed. When he told me, I got very excited about it. I thought, what a fantastic idea. Wish I thought about it before him. But how exciting, guys. How exciting. Jane says, it's like going on to George Clark's Small Spaces. I tell you what, actually, that ain't a bad idea. Maybe you should look at watch a few episodes of that. I love that program. That's what we're looking at. That's what the sort of thing we're saying. Here he is. He's back on the show.
So
Yes,
that's my shed.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. So that bit's on wheels.
Play around all day. The committee comes over and says, "Oh, your shed's too big," and you go, "So it's not."
See you later.
6x4.
That bit on the inside of that matchbox needs to be on wheels, and you need to put that's it. And inside that on the bit on wheels, you need to attach the worktops to that,
Yes.
so it's touching the floor. So you've got everything sort of just moving really easy. That's it. Just show people that matchbox, and that sort of sums it up pretty easily, really, isn't it?
I just wish I had the money that I could say, "See that? Go and build it."
Oh man, that's such a cool idea, mate. That's such a cool idea.
I've watched so many videos. Hold on, I'm just putting the matches back before the cats come and play with them.
Sure.
Because when your electricity goes off in your house, you start to realise you can't even put the stove on because of the automatic starting mechanism.
Of course.
What was I going to say then? I think I've frozen.
Well, I think it's a good idea. How much do you reckon it will cost to build?
Oh, no, that's what I was going to say. One of the problems why my shed builds have been so crap in the past
I love the
because I've been trying to do things on a budget. But if I had the money from like a sponsor, then they would be done correctly.
Yeah, well, Ellen said you could go on Dragon's Den.
Yeah.
Not
A
for that.
sponsor is a lot easier.
Well, if you get Deborah Meaden over it, mate, she might think it's brilliant.
She's quite small. I saw her at the Hampton Court Palace flower show once.
There you go. Fact that no one needed to know. Well, I, for one, mate, hope you get a sponsor to make this incredible shed.
And this other thought that I had was my solar panels are great during the spring and the summer. But I have a bit of problem with them during, say, from October onwards until February time.
You need them,
so
really.
I'm thinking about in the dream shed.
Yeah.
In the winter, you turn to wind. So
Uh,
you put a wind turbine on your shed. But it doesn't have to be on the shed. It can be somewhere else on the plot and with a cable.
I suppose. Did you get a lot of wind down your allotment then?
A lot. Especially after a tin of beans.
Sure. Thanks for that picture last night as well, by the way. Yeah, well, I think, do you know what? Okay, sure. But do you know what? I was thinking about that because I want to do something similar. Is like storing the energy from solar on batteries. You ever tried that before?
I had a leisure battery once, and in fact, I need to find it because it cost a hell of a lot of money, about £80.
Yeah.
And that's what I ran my lights on in my last shed, in that barn shed that I had.
Yeah.
And that was very good because for the 3 years that I had it, I never charged it up once. The solar panel was either producing enough that it went in and charged it, or I was never generating enough power to run it down. But the one thing I didn't have there, I've nearly finished doing this.
That's fine.
One thing that I didn't have was a meter to tell me whether there was enough going in. So that's what I would do differently the next time.
Get a meter.
Because apparently you can overheat these things But I just think there's a missed opportunity here. We need to look at narrow boats.
Okay.
Because if you can make a full course meal on a narrow boat galley, they call them, like you don't want your kitchen, you don't get a full-size kitchen sink, you get a small one.
Yeah.
And that's all you need on a plot. It's not as if you're going to stay there for the night.
Nope. Sure. Can't
You
buy
know. So what else could we have?
them. Well, we've sort of,
Another thing
here
is you put a water tank underneath the where you've got your tea set up, and you put a foot pump, and then you can pump the water up. But I have seen it. If you look at Rick Van Man's YouTube channel, when he had a plot, he had set up a battery pump where the batteries were only sort of like pencil ones you put into the remote. And that generated enough pump action just to bring the water up from the tank. And he had a proper kitchen sink with a tap on.
That's quite a good idea. Andy, the sink is probably needed. You say a sink's definitely needed, yeah?
Well, you've got to wash those cups somehow.
Sure. How often do you wash your cup, Sean?
I washed it today, in fact.
Well, that's it. That's done for 1 year.
Because the hedge. Well, I think it generates a better flavour with all the tannins on the cup.
Sure. Got years, and you're like a fine whiskey.
No, it gets washed about once a week. And a tip: with cups in sheds, always turn them upside down.
Spiders?
Because if a rat or a mouse comes in during the night and has a pee in your cup, then if it's upside down, they can't get in.
When they pee on the rim, though.
No, sometimes they go in. As they're just walking over everything in the shed, sometimes they'll sort of like fall into a mug. And just because I went into my shed once and saw a yellow stain.
Oh, no.
That wasn't there the other day. Plus, I've picked up a cup to go make a cup of tea, and there's a slug inside it.
Oh, no, thanks.
So I don't like these hooks, where you put your cup on a hook, because that's available to everybody. And in fact, I found out this evening that we have, what was it called? He said a false widow spider, which I thought they were only in Australia. They were in Australia, but we found one in the garden, and the engineer guy said, well, he was too scared to go to it because apparently, if you're bitten by one of them, you can be in hospital for a few days.
There's a period where everyone was talking about them a lot, and then the hype sort of disappeared. I don't think many people get bitten. And every single spider, you ask my missus, every single spider is false widow. It's a false widow. I don't think there's that many false widows about. Fact.
Well, I can't think of anything else to go in this shed.
You've been a big help already. We won't nick your idea, but I think it's a brilliant idea. I think you should definitely do it.
Well, my other idea is, and it only really works in sunny weather, is where you have a shed, and when you turn up, you just open the two sides.
Yeah, totally open it up the front.
And you could have your kitchen on there. But then if it rains and you close it up, you can't get in the shed then because there's so much stuff there.
It's a good point. That's a bit awkward then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Keep your idea, mate.
You heard it here first.
And make it happen, Mr. Cameron. Make it happen.
There you go.
Thanks, dude.
I'm going to go and have a look at the moon now.
Yeah, good luck. I'll speak to you later.
Speak to you later.
Nice seeing you. There we go. Wow, to be honest with you, I didn't expect Mr. Cameron to rock in with shed advice, but he has seen a few sheds in his time on the plot, and I'd love to hear from you. Tonight, if you've just joined us, we are creating the ultimate shed. I know loads of you commented throughout that chat. I'm going to do a quick ad break, and then we'll get back into it. Yo, focus. Second advert of tonight. Thanks so much for sticking with us, and what a great show, right? And just in case it's not great, and what a show! It's usually better than this. So just covering all steps. There. One more. Oh, and sorry about what he just said, but welcome to the show. This is the second advert of the night, and hey, if you're a brand that wants to get involved in this show, it's really simple. Get in touch, lee@skinnyjeangardener.co.uk. It's not a lot of dosh, mate. Not a lot of dosh, and provides so much value to your followers because it means that this show can go on your platform as well, opening up such a wide range of conversation to your followers, providing value every single, well, not every single day, but at least 4 days a week, which is pretty good value, let me tell you that. And hey, don't worry, you too can support the show by becoming a member of GDN Garden Club. I mentioned it in the first advert. I just want to go into it in a little bit more detail in this advert because I know loads of you are asking about it. It's £3.30 a month. What could you buy with £3.30 a month? Like a cheap coffee, probably. A Big Mac meal. Not a lot that will provide you this amount of value. I'm really proud of this, exactly the same as the book, but this is so great for 2021 if you want to get gardening, whether you're with the kids, whether you're on your own. It's absolutely perfect. For instance, the Weekend Breakfast podcast to begin with is so awesome. It comes out every Saturday morning. The first one was with Jimmy Doherty. We have exclusive interviews that you won't hear on this show. Sorry guys, GDN Club only. The Weekend Breakfast podcast, exclusive podcast just to club members. We also have Make to Create videos, which gives you ideas of what you can create out in the garden, and just gives you a little simple how-to. Again, not seen anywhere else on the YouTube. We've got the community hub, which is really awesome because it means the whole of the group members can come to one place and share their ideas, come together, community members, and chat with Lee. We all get there, chat about what we're up to, and share ideas because it's all about sharing ideas, very much like this show. We also have the Ask Skinny Jean Gardener part of the app, which means you can instantly access me. It will come through to my phone, your question, and I can get back to you instantly. We have the How to Get Kids Gardening digital book and audio book as well. And finally, for schools, we have a schools part right there, which is free for schools. So if you're a teacher, it does mean that you get instant access for absolutely free. You just have to email me from a school email and we'll make that happen. Oh, and also we've got news at the bottom. So there's some fresh news every single week telling you what's going on. I'd love for you to be part of it. £3.30 a month is like nothing. It's so much value in there. Go check it out. The link is in the comments right now. For now, back to the show. back on. You join me eating my donut because I'm a builder. I'm building a shed tonight. Very much. Where am I going to put this donut? Well, I'll finish it in the next break. Welcome back, everyone, to the show. We are building the ultimate shed. Thanks so much to everyone that commented. We did get a phone call halfway through our Sean chat, so if you want to call back, please do. I'm going to fly through your comments tonight. Right. Something to do. Something to do when the book set out. May says Beddoes. Make signs for sheds. Can you hear me, mother? Famous catchphrase of Sandy Powell. I'm too young for that. Not in my shed, skinny jeans. No alcohol in mine. Well, did I say I'm going to put a bar in it? I'm not going to put a bar in it. Nice bit. No. Are we? Did I say I was going to put a bar in it? Maybe I did. Easy enough to fit a proper barista coffee machine. Is it easy to fit? Can you park a motorhome on the allotment? I don't think you can permanently, no. Oh, here we go. Jane says, a 2-story shed. The kids' playhouse has stairs in it. Why not? It's true. I didn't think about that. I mean, Olives hasn't, but you can get kids' playhouses that have 2 levels. There's going to be a problem with that on an allotment, but at home, go for it. A worktop with grow lights. We haven't put that on the list yet, so I will put that down. Really important. And shelving. A worktop with, do you say with lights on? With grow lights. We're going to get some of them as well. All for under £800. We can do this. A mezzanine. I think we were talking about what a great idea of Sean's to bring a thing out. A whole other shed inside a shed. Have legs that fold down and up as you bring it back. That's not a bad idea, putting some legs on it. Richard says, get some very strong casters to roll the extension out on. Everyone's getting right behind this idea. Right behind it. Ian says, but that leaves an empty space with no shelves. Beddoes has found a bit of a problem with the idea because you've got the whole kitchen down one end now and all that empty space. But I suppose you could have a chair. I suppose it gives space for chairs if you've got chairs. It's a good point, Beddoes. Well made. I didn't think you'd come up with that. Oh my God, there was a George Clark Shed of the Year program, but I can't get it. Actually. I forgot to say, and I forgot myself. You were looking, and there's no one better, everyone, to talk about this than myself. You were looking at Shed of the Year finalists. 2018, I believe, or 20, may not have been 2019. Lee Connolly, that's me. Shed of the Year finalist. So George Clark didn't come by, but I was Shed of the Year finalist. So we put a taxi in for the Shed of the Year finalist. Didn't win. Unbelievable. How about instead of it sliding out, let's make it simple and have a flap that opens to extend it like the rear door of a van. Oh, but it had to be a warm day, wouldn't it? The whole thing come up. I mean, we can open doors, can't we? We can open sides of sheds, but it's not a bad idea. I'm not saying it's a bad idea, but I don't know. I like the idea, Rich. He also says, I built a wind turbine once to power a shed. It was quite noisy. I mean, that is probably the biggest problem we've got with this. I think a wind turbine could be a little bit noisy. If you've got experience with that, let us know tonight on the show. 3 ledge of batteries in the van, solar on the roof, split charger on the alternator, and a gent under the floor. No idea what that means, but that sort of thing blows my mind. I used to be an electrician, and that sort of thing I don't understand solar at all. Get wind turbines on Amazon. And they featured on Little Farmer's Farm, did they? Well, we're going to probably maybe get a wind turbine, but apparently quite noisy. Was this building regs on only single story unless you have plan permission? Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Just thinking, I couldn't let a donut sit there. Good point. I did say earlier in the show, you could put a 2-story shed in your garden. You can't. That was fake news. I hope no one stopped the podcast there and went off to go and build one. Because you're not supposed to. Building regs, guys. Jane, building regs. Hold on. Building regs. Gotta watch them. Very good point. Well done, Rich. I know some people have a basement where they keep their tools and a normal looking shed on top, and the committee have no idea. That was exactly the idea I had. Didn't I have that idea the other week about sheds? Didn't I? I said that. What a great idea for like tools to be hidden. Is like a secret. No, I didn't say basement though. That is another level. But secret area underneath the shed, which no one can find. There we go. And Sean also confirms shed of the year 2018. I was involved with. So what a year that was for sheds. What a year. A 2-story shed is okay if the first story is a basement. Good point. Very good point. Right, should we get on with this? Thanks so much for your comments. I really appreciate it. Call in if you fancy 0742 357 4520 if you've got a shed story or a shed idea you'd like to share with me. Tomorrow I'm going to go and build that extendable shed. Someone call Fly Mate quick. Right, let's move on. So we've got loads of bits in here. I'm just thinking what I can add to this because you guys have thought of pretty much everything that I feel like a shed should have. Power, coffee machines, heaters, chairs, Wi-Fi. Probably can sort that. Solar lights, fairy lights, kettles, solar panels, sink, shelving, worktop, and grow lights. Very important. We're also going to need some wood. That's pretty important part. We won't price the screws in because that's too much in it. That's going too much in detail in it. Firstly, let's have a little design up. Shed toilet. A shed toilet is important. An outside shower is not needed though. That's too much. You've gone too far, Sean. Too far. Shed toilet, yes, because let me tell you, not if you're obviously not if you're out in the garden, but if you're down in the allotment, which I think we're sort of aiming toward aiming towards. I would not be able to go down the allotment for that long. I'd need a wee. I'd probably walk into the allotment. I'd need a wee. So a shed toilet would be great. Ian wrote artificial grass for the floor. So thanks for that, Ian. Liam's wrote good tool storage hooks. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Hooks for tools. Good ones. All right. Oh, Sean's back this up with outdoor sink for clean and veg. Yeah. Well, do you know who came up with a really great? I don't know if he's about tonight, but Alex from the Essex allotment. Great area for washing down veg. Awesome area at the back of his shed. He's doing this shed. He's pretty much not long built his shed, so these tips could probably help him if he listens. Never listens. Right. Should we get into it? Right. I don't know what to do now because I'm a bit confused whether we should build it or whether we should buy it and then put these bits in it. Here we go. Oh no. Oh crikey. Let's just shower live. This worries me. Let's see what this is about. What is this now?
I can't get my security light right.
Oh, here we go.
You want an outdoor shower like this?
What? Why have you got an outdoor shower at your house?
With hot and cold running water.
That is. Does anyone ever use it?
Yeah, it's for when you come out of the jacuzzi.
You've got a jacuzzi.
Yeah.
Well, there we go, everyone.
It works very well on really hot summery days. So it's not only gardening by the moon. It's showering by the moon.
Well, there we go, mate. You
didn't think you'd see this? See the heat?
I can see it. It's absolutely steaming. No, I didn't expect to see this tonight, mate. No, this is something else.
You see things on Skinny Jean you don't see anywhere, or you don't want to see anywhere.
Well, you don't want to, exactly.
Well, I'm going to go in the shower now, so you don't want to see that.
No, we don't. Thanks very much, mate. Oh, sometimes these shows go all over the place, don't they? An outdoor shower. That's not a bad idea, that, for the house, not for the shed. I like that. Beto says, Tommy Walsh could build it for you. He could do, couldn't he? He could do. Okay, we're going to get Walsh on next year. And Dimmock. Come on. We got to get Dimmock on. I did a song. I don't know if anyone knows. I did a song that was released today for charity. And for my own ego. And Tommy and Charlie was mentioning it. And Charlie, actually, if it is the real Charlie Dimmock, she never wrote back to me. I liked the video. So with that little bit closer, expect in the new year a whole show dedicated to Charlie Dimmock. Sean, is that gas powered? Does he have no electric? Good point. Must be. Maybe I think he's got electric now, Ian, because the outside light came on, so we can all have a sigh of relief over that. Richard said, "Build it. It's cheaper." Yeah, we should build it. I think it is cheaper. I just want to wonder if. So Richard's. Let's do it on the. We can't really do it on the size of Richard's because we've got a limit, haven't we? Let's say we're going to do a set allotment. But if we find out from Richard the approximate cost of his shed, half it, because we're going to half the size of his shed. I don't know if you've seen. I don't know if Richard's even put a video up yet of it. Half the size of his shed. That makes a normal size shed, I'd say. So we half the cost of your shed, Rich. What would the cost be? That's the question we want to know. Instead of us looking for, maybe we should look for wood. Maybe we should. I'm not even sure the sizes. This is a tough one, isn't it? Liam said, my dad is great at building sheds. Well, that's handy. Right, here we go. Right. Seconds come in. 500 quid for an 8x8 shed. What? That's blown a big chunk of the budget, but it's an 8x8. If we look at what we were getting, say on the computer, here you go. It's an 8x6. It's got a greenhouse on those, so it's not really. Have I put in the wrong thing? Here, sheds. Let's say an 8x8. Rich reckons approximately about 500 quid. For the same sort of thing, you're looking. Here we go. Look, 670 there. No, that's an 8x6, just under 500 quid. I think we need to remember also what we're going to be making this shed out of team. We will be using shiplap for this. So we need to remember that. Oh, although Sean James has just come in and said he prefers tongue and groove over shiplap. 074 0742 357 4520. Tongue and groove or shiplap. You decide. That was out of order, Ian. Ian says, depends if Richard gets his money back from the first company. That's out of order. No need for that. What we will be building the shed from. Here we go. Richard Suggett.
Mr. Connery.
Out of order of Ian. I don't know if you saw it in the comments. He says, depends if Richard gets his money back from the first company.
Yeah, well, otherwise it would probably add a bit more money to the overall cost. Yeah, it's very salty on my pad.
Yeah, digging you out
there. Yeah, sorry, right. Don't worry.
So we're trying to just work out the cost of the actual wood for the shed. Now, you're saying about 500 quid, yeah?
Yeah, the stud work cost me £100.
Right, okay.
The shiplap cladding, which I would prefer tongue and groove, but tongue and groove is very, very expensive, and I refuse to use that overlap stuff because it's just weak as anything.
Yeah.
So the compromise was shiplap, and actually I quite like the shiplap anyway. And it's quite similar to tongue and groove in many ways anyway.
Sure.
That's now costing me 320 quid.
Right, yeah.
And then there's the roof and the floor, which you have another 100 quid for.
So you're looking about 500 quid. Totes.
Yeah. For an 8x8 shed, now, I would have liked a bigger shed, but I had to be a bit sort of, well, the main reason I went for 8x8 is I can fit the posts for that size shed in the back of my van.
Wow, there's no better reason.
Yeah, well, I thought I was going to buy the cladding from a local place, and I thought I'd put that in the van. Although that's been delivered now, so I could have gone bigger. But I think 8x8 is, you're always going to need a bigger shed no matter what size it is.
True.
But 8x8 is quite a reasonable size.
It's a big size. So yours is 8x8, but if we'd never get your 8x8 down an allotment, would we?
It depends on the rules. Mine allow an 8x8 shed.
Oh, do they?
But mine does, yeah, but each site is different.
That's true, actually. Your neighbours have got basically another house.
They have, haven't they? It's almost like a shanty house.
It's massive. I could literally live in it. It's massive.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've got that huge shed in my back garden. What was it, like 15 foot by 8 shed? Mm-hmm. It's bigger than that.
It is. It's a size, mate. It would not get away with it at SJC's pad, mate.
No. And they put a polytunnel next to it as well, so it's got even bigger.
Extension. Extended it.
I mean, I do swear they live in there because they're always down there.
Well, there you go. Well, if they've probably got a bed, I'd put a bed in there. It's big enough.
Yeah.
So as a man that is potentially building a shed, at least you've got at least the frame of one. So that's not a bad start. What? Yeah, sure. What sort of things are you thinking about putting into the shed to make it the ultimate? Because you're obviously going for the ultimate shed, right? Yeah,
I mean, for me, my shed is a studio for podcasting and live shows as well, so I've got to factor that in.
Got to make it work for you, mate.
Got to make it's working for me. It's a podding shed, as I call it.
Good name.
Or podding shed 0.4 might be called.
Okay.
Now, my plan is down one side, because you're lower in where I won't be able to stand up in. I'm having shelves. On there is where I'm going to have some of my quails as I breed them.
Right.
And then another shelf where I'll be having grow lights for starting off some of my seeds. And then on a shelf for storage, on the hope I can try and keep the floor as clear as possible.
For yoga and dancing.
Yeah. My hope is that it should give me a sort of 6 foot by 8 foot floor space.
Mhm.
Now I am going to have a table, my metal potting table, but that's going to be moved in and out as I need it to give me more space on that floor as and when I need it.
Good idea.
And then there's going to be lights. I'm having it all powered by Alexa. So I'm going to walk into the shed and say, Alexa, let there be light. The main light will come on, and a few other things I'm going to do just to add a bit of fun to it.
Must be careful about saying the word Alexa on the show, mate. We've had issues before about it.
Yeah. That's because people don't change the wake word.
So literally you ain't got to do anything. Just walk in and start speaking.
Yeah, it's all automated, just because I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
To do that sort of thing.
Well, you'll be like Tony Stark, right? The Tony Stark of Shed World.
That's exactly what I'm looking for, actually. A Tony Stark of the shed.
Yeah, I like that idea, mate.
Yeah, that is exactly what I'm looking at. Now, tools. Somebody said about tool storage earlier.
Yes.
On the wall, which is going to be where as soon as you walk in, the first wall that you would see, there I'm going to have a pegboard where I'm going to store my tools or have all my tools hanging out.
Right. Pegboard.
In my current potting shed, I've actually got all my tools hanging up on the wall. But what I found, they just hooks drilled into the wall.
Right.
And if I want to change it out for a different tool, it means I've got to rearrange everything.
Right.
It's not that much of a hassle, but a pegboard is just easier to rearrange things.
Right, I've got you. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I think you've got something similar in your shed with your fly maker.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as... I mean, mine is just screwed into a wooden walls, but so yours is probably a little bit more easier to move around.
That's the idea. That's the idea. Just make it easier to move around and change things up.
That's a good idea. Everything needs its own place, mate, because if not, it can get messy.
Yeah, but what I've learned over the years is that things change. Like you might have this perfectly set up shed that everything has its place when you first come along, and then you go and break your spade, and all of a sudden you find that spade doesn't fit in that, or the replacement spade, doesn't fit in that same place.
Good point.
So
And that's where the pegboard comes in.
that's where the pegboard is coming in.
Like it, mate. Maybe we need to get a pegboard. Pegboard.
IKEA.
Yeah. Well,
That's where I'm getting mine from.
oh, well, there we go. Okay, thanks very much, mate. We'll have a look for that later.
Oh, I'm adding insulation to my shed as well.
Well, this is the thing. So these sheds that you can buy, well thin, absolutely no chance you'd be able to add insulation. My shed, it's slightly, I'll be honest, it's slightly thicker than yours, but not by much. Yeah. What size wood was it you got again? Do you know?
Oh, I think it was 38 mil by 64 off the top of my head.
It's thick enough to whack insulation in between, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which I think any good shed needs it.
Yeah, I mean, you can get thinner insulation. You can even get like a blanket insulation, which will do the job. I mean, one's for sound insulation as well as heat insulation.
Yeah.
The thinner stuff, it will do it, but it won't be as good. As a second option, but I just think those sheds that you were looking at, they're easy to demolish. They don't last, in my opinion, because they are made from such thin material. They're basically fence panels bolted together.
Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of them. But yeah, you're right. They are basically fence panels.
And my other thing with overlap, which those sheds were made of, it's actually very easy to break into them, because all you do is basically get your fingers or a crowbar between a bit of wood and just pull it.
Yeah.
You don't even have to open the door because you've just pulled the wood away.
Make your own door.
Make your own door. It causes a lot of damage along the way.
Yeah, it's a good point. We talked about shed breaking in the other day I think it was last Monday actually on the news, and that's one of the things that I think like don't put. I think you might have. You mentioned it today on your podcast actually. Don't put anything that you don't mind getting stolen in there, and if that is the case, don't bother locking it because people ruin the shed trying to get into it.
Yeah, I mean, I do actually look my shed as a deterrent, but I just kind of feel the tools I have in my allotment, if they get stolen, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be an inconvenience, of course, but from a financial point of view, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Well, that's definitely helped us a little bit. We won't insulate this one because we're going to run out of money. We've only got an £800 budget and we've already blew £500 on the actual build of it.
Well, actually, I do have an idea for cheap insulation.
Hit me.
If somebody saves up their polystyrene for their Christmas presents that they're going to be getting, you might be able to fill that up with that polystyrene stuff.
That's a good idea. Do you know what I thought I was going to do? I don't know if I told you this idea, but my dad didn't let me do it in the end. I was going to collect from about 3 months before the build all of my plastic recycling.
Uh-huh.
And then I was going to pack the walls full of plastic recycling. Clean, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, that will add a bit of insulation, but it's not going to be... It needs to be a sub-material to be really good at insulation.
Oh, you don't think it would have worked?
It will slightly work, but it wouldn't be as good as... Polystyrene is actually a pretty good insulator, in all honesty.
Yeah.
That would be the stuff to get.
You need a lot of presents for that this Christmas, mate. Maybe you're expecting a little bit too much from Amanda. I'm not sure.
48-inch TV and what have you, you know. That all comes in polystyrene. What else is in the new iMac? That'll come in polystyrene.
Yep.
I don't think it's too much to ask for. Just thinking about the polystyrene.
Yeah, well, you're not for the presents, it's just for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we
It's
go.
recycling after all.
That's it. That's all we're here for. Mate, thanks for calling in.
Thanks for having me.
And hopefully that wood turns up soon.
Yeah, well, one more thing I want to add to this shed build. I did mention it in the comments. It's an entertainment centre.
Yeah, what do you mean by entertainment centre, mate?
Well, I said this on the garden build. Someone else to watch a YouTube channel or something.
Like a TV, you mean?
Maybe not a TV. I mean, when it comes to playing podcasts, you just need a speaker.
Yeah.
But even if it's just somewhere you can stick your phone or your pad or something, or they do a thing that you put your phone in and it projects it onto a wall.
Do they?
Safe spacing, yeah. I bought my brother one once.
This is turning from a shed to a man cave quickly, mate. The only thing we need is a gin and Prosecco sign.
No, just get a beer fridge.
Sure. Right. Suggs, thanks for coming on, mate.
Cheers, man. Have a good
Dude.
one.
Beer fridge. We don't anyone start on fridges. All right, no one start on fridges. Wow. Well, okay. There's a little bit of behind the scenes what we can expect. We've already blown £500. Oh, hang on. Hello. He's gone. I think he might have accidentally called me back. We're gonna have another ad break, and then after that, we're gonna start buying some of the gear to go into our shed. We're up to about £500 at the moment, which leaves us a £300 budget for all of the bits. Coffee machine. I'm not sure if we're gonna. Depends what sort of coffee machine. Power, heater, chair, Wi-Fi, solar light, fairy lights, kettle, solar panel, sink, shelving, worktop, some sort of toilet. Crikey. All for our ultimate shed on the show today. Can we do it with £300 left in the budget? Find out after this break. Yo, welcome to the final advert of the show. I just want to say once again, thanks so much for watching. Your support means a lot, and from you guys that are supporting the Garden Club and being part of that amazing community that we've got over there, to you also that have been buying the book. I absolutely love this book. Let's have a flick. Let's see what we can get. the pallet allotment. Absolute awesome one to get kids gardening in 2021. All those things there help support this 4 nights a week, 8 hours of content, and the Skinny Jean Gardener podcast. All of that helps support those things to get me out to schools, hopefully in 2021, and get the school program thing, need to come up with a name for it, going. I'm really excited about that. In the past few weeks, I've really been pushing it, mainly because of you, team, mainly because of you. You've given me the push to really make that happen, and we are really getting somewhere with that. So thank you so much for all your help with that. It's been amazing, and thanks so much for being here. Like I say, I'd love for you guys, if you can, to either share this stream or even just share the YouTube channel, or share the Facebook, or just share the podcast to someone tonight when you go to bed at 10 o'clock after the show. Just give it a little share so when they wake up in the morning they're like, Skinny Jean Gardener. And let's make this community just a little bit bigger. I can only do it with your guys' support, and I know I ask a lot from you all the time. So thank you firstly so much for everything you already do. I know a lot of you already share the stuff, but just making sure you share a little bit more just makes it a little bit bigger, makes the group a little bit lovelier. We're coming up to Christmas. And those things are really great. The book and the garden club, really great to gift. If you fancy getting into garden, if you fancy your mum and dad or the kids getting into garden as well, they're a really great one for that. You know, we're in lockdown. I know some of us have already been in lockdown for a while, but gardening can definitely be one of those things that can keep us going, very much like it did back in March. The weather may be a little bit different, but it doesn't mean that we can't get outside. I think that's really important. And it's one of those things that I've been trying to say to Olive, like, we need to go outside. We need that for us, our mental health, and just being outside and feeling better. We've watched the whole of the Harry Potters, which is great, don't get me wrong, but being outside means so much more to us as a family, to us and our well-being. It's all about making sure children and us get gardening and continue that even through winter, even through those cold months. So anything to do with getting people outside more is fantastic, and hopefully this show does that for you. So thank you so much to everyone that's sharing this, yeah, that's about it really for the advert. We've got about 38 seconds left of the advert. What should we do? What you could do is comment. Whack a comment in the group here. What do you want me to chat about for the last half hour? And call in 07423 574 520. 10 seconds after the advert. So, little dance to end it. Yeah? Or maybe a song. Okay, maybe a little song. Okay, here we go. Bellows says, are you going to go until 10:30 tonight? Is the delayed start? If you need me to put more coal on the fire, I'm not going to go until 10:30 tonight. I'm going to go to 10 only because, Bellows, after the show I had to edit the podcast and then I have to upload it, and then I don't get to bed till late. So I'm going to go to 10, which means we've got 20 minutes to get all of these bits for our ultimate shed. Let's start to begin with a, I don't know how to, I'm going to say coffee machine, but a coffee machine. I don't know what would it called? What do you call it? A walkable one? I want something small. Like a battery powered. All right. Battery operated coffee machine. Do they do such a thing? They do. Oh my gosh, they do. They do. What is this? I never knew this existed. Hold your horses, peeps. Now, obviously for the podcast, I'm not going to tell you about brands and things this year. But, right, I've got a cordless coffee machine, which if you've got drills, I need one of these. It can be powered by a range of the brand's batteries. It's with a dedicated mug, which fits. Now it's 90 quid, team. It's got to go in, hasn't it? That is amazing. That is so cool. I need that in my life. That's that. I mean, we had to do it. Liam said no coffee machine. Oh, if Beddoes wants a coffee machine, Liam, we have to get a better coffee machine. We spent 90 quid, which does mean we've got £210 left. I mean, we have blown a big... Does it do? Let me just quickly see off screen. Does it? You guys didn't see it, did you? Does it do tea? It must do tea as well, doesn't it? It's both ground coffee and the cafe pods. Oh my god, it's so proper. I need one of these. What do you want for Christmas? I don't drink coffee. Damn. I need to start drinking coffee. Do they do one for tea? I mean, I suppose it's called a kettle. But that is so cool. An actual coffee machine, team. We've got it. It's in the bag. Boom. Do you see that, Suggs? Suggs is getting one for his shed now. Wow. Damn, we've just sold about 100 coffee machines. The coffee machine's in. Oh, Beddoes. It's just Beddoes. What you kill my vibe, man. He's come and said could settle for a cheap kettle and a jar of Nescafe. Mate, yeah. This is the ultimate. Alright, the ultimate shed. We ain't messing around with a cheap kettle. Although we will need a kettle for tea. So I'm going to say, I don't know, I think it's about £6 for a kettle. But should we do gas? I think we should probably do a little gas thing. That's 12 quid. Boom. Straight out of the budget. We're now down to... Get your calculator out, Lee, because I can't work this out on my own. Get your calculator out for this. We just want to cover the... I'm just going to get a... We're going all in with the coffee machine. Can we really not go in with the... Can you get a battery powered... Here we go. Can you get a battery powered kettle? You do that? Oh my gosh, you can. Can you? Oh no, no. You can. Can you? No, if it is, it's 800 quid, that one. It's a bit much. There's one here. That's a cordless one. It's a cordless kettle. Hang on. Right there, team. A portable vehicle boiling. We're gonna make sure we get this sorted. That's the tea maker. We know about that. The coffee maker. I want a battery powered. Oh, hold on. You must be able to... reverse, actually. We don't need... Take it out. Don't worry about that. We've got it. Because you can heat with the coffee maker that we found. If you want to know the coffee maker, you listen to the podcast, then drop me a message. It looks wicked. I need to get one. You can make tea for hot water. It pumps hot water out, doesn't it? Obviously. So it doesn't go through the pod. It pumps hot water out. So you can make tea with that. That is wicked. Stop the show there, guys. Stop the show there. Right. So we're on to £210, team. We've got 15 to 20 minutes. We've got the kettle sorted, tick. We've got the coffee machine sorted, tick. Now we need some sort of solar panel. Look at this. A upgraded food grade silicon travel foldable kettle. Oh, he's sending us a kettle. We're not doing the kettle now. We're just going to use the coffee machine because it pumps out hot water. I don't know what I was thinking. How about a few rocks to stop the shed blowing away? Still not received your picture of your rocks yet, Ian, so that would be exciting. Coming this week for everybody. Watch them. Oh, by the way, Ground Force Bingo tomorrow. Be ready for that. Right. Next up, we've got a heater. Or should we get some power in here? Like, I don't know if we can get a battery heater. I don't know if that's possible. How many batteries are you going to use? A battery powered heater. Is that a thing? Let's have a little look. That's not a heater. That's a light, isn't it? That's not anything light thing. A battery powered heater for camping, and it looks tiny. That's an instant heater. That's plugged in. Why are they showing me that one? I don't want to see that one. An outdoor revolution heater. What's that noise? Can you hear that? Let's have a little look. Heater. We do need a heater, don't we? They're showing me battery. I don't want one that can plug it. Oh, what's this one? No. Here we. Oh, it's 90 quid though. It's a big chunk in it for a heater. It's a big chunk. I just realised you guys can't see what I'm looking at. We need a heater. I'll have a look for a heater in a minute. An essential, according to SJC, is a solar panelled fan team. All right, a solar panelled fan for the hot summer nights. It wouldn't be nighttime, would it? He's also sending me all sorts of things for this. Here we go. Oh, right. So this is SJC approved. It's £41.29. It's a solar panel powered mini portable fan, right? Works a treat. £41.29. Should we go for it? It seems apparently it's essential for hot weathers, and I suppose if it gets hot out there, which it does. I mean, you don't feel like it at the moment, does it? A fan. We've got it. Which leaves us with £168 left in the budget. Next up, let's get that heater, because as much as it's lovely and warm outside, we need something to heat us up in the winter. It's an essential, team. I know you think the same. If you just joined us, yes, we are buying stuff for a shed. This one's $36.99. It's a hottie portable camper heater. It's a little gas one. I think that's the way to go. I think we're going to get it. We've got to get a heater. I'm sorry. We've got to get a heater. So that's minus $36.99. We're going to come to this cool stuff in a minute. Next is a chair. Now we need some sort of just a camping chair. I think a camping chair is fair. You don't want to get too comfortable, right? I know Bedo said he wanted a recliner, but I'm just going to go. We've got to be careful with the budget. So a camping chair, deluxe. I'm going to put in for you, deluxe Bedos. All right. Let's have a look. Here we go. Here's a deluxe for you. Got anything else that's a little bit more deluxe for Bedos? Not one 86 quid. You can absolutely do one if you think it's getting an 86 quid one. There's a massage chair there. Okay. Here we go. A deluxe camping chair. It's in navy. I hope that's okay. It's $24.99. All right. $24.99. We're getting through the budget like anything. Alex earlier wanted Wi-Fi. All I'm going to say on the Wi-Fi thing is get it on your phone. I've got Wi-Fi on my phone. It's hotspot. It's an extra tenner a month. I'm not going to put it on here. All right. It's not really part of it. If you want Wi-Fi, get hotspot. It's the way to go. We've got Kettle. Fairy lights next. They seem to be quite important. A little warning as we crack on. If you're using gas in a well-insulated shed, get a carbon monoxide alarm. Hey, Sugget. Good one. I think they're about, well, let me just check. A carbon dioxide. Safety first here on the podcast. Safety first. Let's just buy one. Little cheap one there, a tenner. Well, 12 quid actually, so minus 12 for the alarm. Safety comes with a price at £12, which leaves us with £94.74. We want that solar light. Now, I need to know from me man SJC where he got his solar light from, because I love it. I think it's brilliant. He also told me that heater that we bought for, I don't know how much it was, but $39.99. He got his for £9 from China. That can't be good, can it? That can't be good. Right. Right. Next thing, he did mention a shower. He's just sent me a shower. He's getting well into this. He's getting well into it, team. And with only 10 minutes left of the podcast, who can blame him for getting so excited about tonight's shed show? He has just sent me a link for, what is it? That's right. It's an outdoor pop-up tent for privacy and toilet. But we've got a shed, so we don't really. But the toilet is a really good point. I'm not going to do. We don't need a tent for it, do we? We've got a shed. A compostable. Let's go cheap with it. Disposable. Hydromatic. What? Let's see what comes up. Oh my gosh, they're quite expensive. Although this one's the cheapest one. Let me have a little look at this. Let's have a little look. It's a Need a Loo X. Is that it? Is it? Is it the thing I'm looking for? It is. It's a loo for 25 quid. What a steal. Ingos. It's got to be, guys, it's got to be done. It has brought us down to 69.73, but the loo had to happen for 25 quid. You guys, you can't go wrong. And I'm being serious. If you've done the allotment, you need it. So now we're going to get a outside light, which I think is important, especially for me. In fact, this one I'll probably buy later. So I'll make sure I keep that link. Thanks so much. Oh, I would have bought it. It's £46. I don't know. We ain't got that in the budget, man. We ain't got that in the budget. Well, I'm not paying 47 quid. What's his inside like going at? £45. We've not got it in the budget. So we're going to have to go cheap. The cheapest of the cheap. Cheap! Solar lights. Now, I know what you're saying. I hear my nan now saying it to me. Buy cheap. Buy twice. But nan. Crikey, they're still expensive. But nan, we've not got it in the budget. Nan. We're going to do double bubble here. Fairy lights. I'm sure someone mentioned fairy lights earlier. We're going to double bubble that up. We've got solar Christmas lights, 10 meters, right? Double bubble. They're $8.99. Yep. Buy once, buy twice. 10 meters though. For $8.99. I might buy them later just to see what they're like. Oof. cheap is a dirty word on TV. It's affordable. Lucky we're not on TV then, isn't it? Ian says he will sort the loo problem out with a bucket. And Richard, use a bucket for a loo only cost £1. What's wrong with you people? A bucket? We're civilized people. Do you know what I mean? We're civilized people on this podcast. And you guys are talking about getting an affordable bucket to wee. No, thank you. By the way, we won't be doing this feature next week when we've got the Flymo audience. Right, solar lights, tick. Oh, we have a minus $8.99. How much longer we got? Oh, we've got 3 minutes. We've got to get through this. Solar lights, right, a sink. We sort of are really going camping wise here, aren't we? So I need a sink. What would you call it? Probably a camping sink, wouldn't we? Probably a camping sink. Camping. We've got £60 in the budget, so we can sink. This feels important. They can really range. Oh man, the ones. Oh, that's a really nice one. They can get quite expensive. A camping sink. We're just going to go. Oh my gosh, they can get really expensive. Oh, that's a nice one. £149. Oh, come on. Do you know who we are? We ain't got the budget for that. We're going to get a collapsible sink, guys. Just because of budget. We might get one for Christmas. It's £6.84. All right? £6.84. I feel like because of budget, we're going a little bit less ultimate as this show started out. I can't say. Oh, I'm not going to say that, Richard. A sink, washing up bowl. Basically, a washing up bowl. We're going to foldable one because we can hang it then. Which reminds me, we also need some hooks for our tools. Some hooks to hang beddos and hooks for garden tools. An important part. We've got loads of budget now. I feel we're feeling flush. Feeling flush, mate. Here we go. Reasonable. Oh, they look really nice. $10.99 to hang tools. I'm going to get 2 of them. Got lots of tools. That's £22 for some. Look pretty decent. They look. Oh, hold on. Mop holder. Oh no, that's wrong. Not a mop holder. That's a bit better. Still £20. It's a 2-tier tool rack, wall mounted. £20. Boom. Oh, now the budget's not looking so good, guys. £33. Now we need some. What was that? We just got tool hooks. We didn't put that on the list. We should have. That leaves us with £33. We've got to get grow lights, shelving. Right, shelving's a must. Okay. Word cheap. Sorry, affordable shelving. You type affordable shelving into this, you get well, if you type cheap, you don't get anything that cheap. Here we go. What's they got? Here we go. That looks. Oh, we're gonna get that. That's a bit fancy. I bet it doesn't hold a thing. That's the problem. It's very Instagrammy on here. We need practical shelving, really, don't we? This is not what we want. I know you can't see on the actual podcast. Here we go. These guys never let me down. Oh, let's get this. It's not the nicest. It's a 3-tier shelving unit. It's made of plastic, but it's £9, team. So it's not ideal. I get it. All right. You want more shelving? I'll get 2 of them. No, let's get 1. Don't go crazy, Lee. These leave us with 24.99. Can we get for 24? No, it's not been paid. Oh, the pegboard. That's important, isn't it? A pegboard from the Swedish company. Yeah. Is that it? Hang on. It's from the Swedish company. Wait there. Oh, it's only £12. What an absolute steal! It's not massive, and we're only gonna get. I don't know what I'm whispering. We're only gonna get hand tools on it, but it's £12 minus 12. Absolutely no chance now. Oh yeah, I got them hooks, but now I've got this. Oh yeah. So we got the pegboard for 12, but I've just bought that shelving for 9. We still got the receipt. You got the receipt still? Take it back. Plus 9, which gives us 21.99 to spend. 21.99. I'm going to type in a grow light. Oh my god, you can, but it's battery powered. Is it going to be through battery? Have we got a site? We didn't get any power down here. It has to be battery powered. It's not going to be great, is it? It's not great. It's not good. It's not looking good, team. It's not looking good. I found one. It's battery powered. It's just a battery powered strip light, waterproof grow light, high density with control box, currently unavailable. I mean, but if it did work, it would cost, well, it's not currently available. It'll never tell me. That's no good to me, is it? That's a USB one. I mean, this is not going to be helpful to us, really, is it? We're not going to get it for $21.99. So we're going to have to get a USB one. Let's click on it. $11.99 team. Minus $11.99. I'm not saying that $11.99 one is going to be good or really help. But for $11.99, we're going to have to get it. Which leaves us with £9.91. And I think we all know end of tonight's show what we're going to spend that £9.91 on. Thank you very much for taking part in the ultimate shed. I think we might come back to this one. We didn't really get into the design of it. We've brought a lot of the bits for it. We've talked a lot about sheds, and it feels like something that people, really think about. It feels like something, a real base to allotments, a real base to a garden, a real man cave, a real prosecco and gin place for the ladies. That was a joke from earlier. If anyone's just joined at the end of the show, that could be clipped up totally wrong. What? What am I going to do with the £9.91? I'm obviously going to buy a gin and prosecco sign with it. That's silly, really, isn't it? That's, of course. Tomorrow night on the show, we're going to have to come back with this, aren't we? A part 2 to the shed thing, if you're up for it. I'm not sure when we're going to do it. I'm not sure when we're going to do the shed part 2 shipping. Probably in the new year now. But message me and let know what you think. Right, that's it for tonight's show. Tomorrow we're playing Ground Force Bingo. So from now until tomorrow, get a few words down. 5 words, okay? 5 words that you think will be said in Ground Force, will happen in Ground Force. At the start of tomorrow's show, I'll be asking for those words, and we will be playing Ground Force Bingo. So if you think decking should be your bingo word, write it down. Get ready to type it tomorrow morning or tomorrow night. If you think Titchmarsh, he won't say Titchmarsh. If you think watch, if Titchmarsh checks his watch, stamp it out. If you think there's going to be a water feature, put it on your list. 5 things. Until then, I will. See you tomorrow. Facilia. Or Pacilia, if you just read it off there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm on.
Oh, I can't hear you, Anon. I've done something wrong with the thing. Anyway, elephant poo is what I got.
Good evening, Lee. How are you?
Great, mate. Your signal is always terrible, but I'm good, my friend. Excuse me. You got an allotment? When I go, don't put artificial grass on top of me, alright?
Are you going to get composted, Lee?
Yeah,